Yes, people, what's good and welcome back to the channel, guys. So welcome to 2024, and what a month it has been for the TMC Reef Habitat 60. Now big up everybody who has followed the channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, guys, because this year is going to see a lot of things. I'm working on a little podcast, having a couple of guests in, and just having a chit chat over a couple of drinks about just reefing in general. So just look out for that. I will let you guys know when that's launching this year. As you can see, check out my Instagram. I've put up little pictures showing like the little light setup. Anyway, right, so the first things first, let's break it down from the top of the aquarium all the way down to the sum, letting you guys know what the plan is for this year and what I intend to do. So the first thing, let's go up to the top here. Let's look at the lighting. So as we can see, all my lights are on. I'm rocking the Radeon Gen 4 Pros, XR30s, and yeah, old school light, not old school, but like Gen 4 Pros. I mean the Gen 5, Gen 6 are out, but this one here has been good old boy, old yellow, does the trick, grows the corals. I love this light. Now the HXOs as well on there, they do the UV and the blues on there, give that pop during the evening. But the way I use this light, I'll explain to you in a little bit. So with my Radeons, what I've done is I've reprogrammed using the spectra, just to ensure that I have more for usable radiation for my corals. So I can't feed any algae, anything else like that in the aquarium. Everything's being used by the corals for the specific amount of time. Now with the green spectrum, I realized that it was a bit low and it was out of the range it should be according to the spectra. So we up the green from 23% to 55%, and I brought it more into that usable radiation for the animals in the system. Now with the other colors like cool white and just like I think it's just normal whites, we lowered down the whites and brought up the cool whites as well. Sorry, the warm whites are elevated now and the cool whites are lowered, so you get that more natural look. Now I do have a filter on there by DD or D&D, just to give it that pop so you can see different colors. But when you look at this with the normal eye, without a filter, it looks like a very natural kind of underwater look. There's no like intense blues, it's really white when you look at this system. Now with the peak photosynthesis period for my reefing system, I think I spoke about this before, I just ensure I do about 4.5 to about 5 hours of peak photosynthesis. So 10:30 to about 3:30, my HXOs come on, and it takes my power levels to about from 320 to about 360 at the moment. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing, and it's been working a treat. So all the corals are responding really healthily, and what I'll do, I'll bring the camera closer so you guys can have a picture of the corals, and you can see what corals I've added for 2024 and see how things are just doing in general. Right, so I know you guys have seen this coral on my reels on Instagram. So this is Pinky the Bear. So let me just have a closer look at it so you guys can actually see what it looks like. So Pinky the Bear, and this came in as a 2-inch frag when I first started off. Well, the new aquascape reset this aquarium. Look at the size of it now. Now I've promised Jordan a piece of this, bro. Once your tank's all settled and you're ready for it, man, let me know. I'll frag it, process it, and then I'll meet up with you for a coffee and we can do some frag swaps, mate. So yeah, Pinky the Bear, guys, growing absolutely massive, and it's actually touching the glass. So every now and again I do have to cut the tips here so that the glass can be free and I can actually do some scraping when I'm doing my maintenance. So the next coral I have is a smooth skin coral. I can't remember the exact name. If you guys know what coral this is or the specific name for it, I'll call it the smooth skin. Yeah, put it in the comments below. But yeah, this coral, I got this about 1 inch and it's just grown. It's located halfway up the aquascape and it's getting about just between 200 and 250 par. So yeah, just the right amount of par for this coral, never overpowered, and it's just grown and grown. It's really filling up this area. So this is another acropora that's doing extremely well in the system. If you can look in the center, you can actually see a little acropora crab in the middle there with his little claw sticking up vertically. And yeah, I got this from Signature Frag, and this coral's just done absolutely amazingly in here. Polyps are extended, is doing absolutely well, and since I changed the lighting spectrum, it's even gotten more beautiful and encrusted even more in the system. Okay, so the next bit of coral I got from my friend Darren is this one here. Now I don't know the exact name. It's an acropora with red polyps. Now this is it's been in there for about a couple of weeks now. It's just settling in, and with all the flow that is going on within this aquarium, the polyps are out. The lighting is working really well with it, and the trace elements that I'm doing from Oceamo, which is regulator A, yeah, this is just absolutely amazing. Now I do conduct 10 liters for water changes on this aquarium every single week on a Thursday. I just do 10 liters out, 10 liters in. I monitor my PO4. Now my PO4 sits about 0.13 at the moment, and as of today, and yeah, just keep it around that. I don't let my PO4 go to 0.05. I try to keep it about 0.1. What I've noticed as well with this aquarium, if the PO4 goes to about 0.15, 0.16, the coral stop taking up the alkalinity and calcium. It just stalls. So it's very important that I monitor my PO4 to keep it where, you know, at that 0.1, and then my NO3 about 7 ppm. Now remember I spoke to you guys, well, a couple of episodes ago about Mr. Pac-Man. I was conducting an experiment to see how I got on when trying to grow this coral. So look at it now. So the coral is actually growing really well. You can see that the polyps or the branches are coming along now, really extending. The tips, the colors are like a yellowy golden color, looking really nice for this coral. Good growth on there. And this one here as well, I got this from the Coral Center in Ferrum, and yeah, it wasn't this color, it was a bit darker, like a darker green. And since putting it under the lights and with everything I've been doing, the last couple of months is really colored up. Now I know you guys can't really see what's happening because of the disco ball effect, and I'll tell you guys why I did this. So guys, the reason I took off my diffuser for my Gen 4 Pros, I just hated the look. I didn't like the look. It didn't look like what I've grown accustomed to seeing in the Caribbean, because I grew up in the Caribbean, always go diving, and we would see shimmers on the sandbed when the sun hits the wave. So I just try to replicate this as best as possible within the aquarium. Now the G4 Pros are amazing at doing this. I didn't want to change it. Since I've done this, I just fallen in love with the look of this aquarium again. And with the HXOs, the UV giving that extra pop, yeah, the corals are absolutely amazing, guys. So that's what I've done with my lights, just to give you an update. And some of the corals, just to show the growth, doing absolutely amazing. No complaints here so far for the year. So right guys, from this angle you can see the goniopora is absolutely massive at this moment. Now, I don't know, maybe I should just like leave it there for the time being. When it gets too big, holler at somebody so I could frag it, and then have two pieces and maybe do a frag swap. But this gonny is like, it's probably one of my favorite pieces in this aquarium. Now there is a ton of flow from the 2 MP10s and 2 Neros in this tank. Now I need to minimize the amount of pumps I have in here, but try to maximize flow as well. So I'm really grinding and working and saving up to get those Orbit 2. So I'm nearly there. Probably by March I'll have enough dosh, because it's a lot of money to get these 2 pumps to put into this aquarium. Right guys, so this is the plan for 2024 guys. So this tank, no filtration whatsoever. I only rely on my skimmer, and I do have a reactor running a teaspoon size of GFO/carbon. Teaspoon size. Yeah, it's about maybe 10 mil, if that. And the only reason I've kept it in there is because I am weaning the tank off GFO/carbon onto regulator O, which is from Oceamo. So currently I'm dosing parts 1 and 2 Oceamo with KH and calcium and magnesium, regulator A, which is trace elements, and regulator O, which is iodine and amino acids with carbon sources. So the tank is going to be running on full Oceamo moving forward for 2024. I'm going to keep testing, maintain my parameters as best as possible, and do things slowly. Remember guys, in this hobby, everything that you do and the results that you want to see takes time. So anything you do, any new systems or new way of doing things, do it slowly, see it through, check the results. If the results are negative, stop it. If the results are proven positive, see where the wins are, maintain them so that you can see results, especially with LPS and SPS corals, guys. Right guys, this is Narayan for HA Aquatic Reefing. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe guys. I'll see you next time.